Hey everyone, today's video is going to be a little different. I was going to make a video ranking every Batman game I'd ever played, but frankly, that amount of editing would break me like Bane. So instead, in this video, I'm just going to rank all the entries in the Batman Arkham franchise. I won't be doing the iPad games or going in depth into the handheld entry Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. I will be delving in deep into the 4 main entries into the Batman Arkham saga, which spanned from 2009 to 2015. So, here is a ranking done by a mega Bat fan of the best Batman games ever made. Let's kick things off with the game that started it all. Arkham Asylum was developer Rocksteady's first up-at-bat and was an absolute home run. A critical and commercial hit, Arkham Asylum finally gave the Dark Knight the respect he deserved in the AAA video game realm. This game's focus was on making the players feel like Batman, and it worked in spades. Innovative features that would go on to influence the entire gaming industry began here, like the free flow combat system. This game sees players confined to Arkham Island, and the madhouse set loose. The story is fantastic, written by one of the best Batman writers to ever do it, Paul Dini. And the performances from longtime voice actors Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are top notch. This is, in many ways, a perfect Batman game. The downside is that Rocksteady improved the gameplay so much in their next entry, it makes this one feel a little dated to go back to now. Also, the boss fights here are super mid. Like, the entire Bane boss fight is just a reskin of a Titan enemy. So that takes it down a peg in my book. If I had to rank it today, it's getting a solid A, one of my absolute favorite games of all time. The sequel to Arkham Asylum came just 2 years later. Batman Arkham City saw the madhouse shift off the island and into a supermax prison right in the heart of old Gotham. Bad for city planning, but great for open world game design. Now when it comes to gameplay, everything here was upgraded. The stealth saw new gadgets incorporated, and the combat has evolved into a near perfect state. The city itself, while not the largest open world, is densely packed with Easter eggs and detail around every corner. The story wasn't as focused this time around, but is still really great and has a truly iconic ending. A new fantastic addition that Rocksteady implemented was the ability to play as Catwoman with her own traversal system and story to follow in Arkham City. Challenge mode saw the inclusion of Robin and Nightwing and has, in my opinion, the best collection of combat and predator maps across the entire series. Now for the cons. There's some standouts, sure, like the Mad Hatter side mission, but they mostly fall short. Boss battles didn't get that much better this time around either, with one iconic exception. Yes, the Mr. Freeze boss fight is excellent, but aside from that, they are still pretty hit or miss. With all that being said, this is still an incredible game, and it was made in only 2 years. It's iconic to this day for a reason, and it absolutely deserves this S-tier ranking. Released in 2013, Arkham Origins was not developed by series creator Rocksteady, but instead newly formed at the time developer Warner Bros. Games Montreal. A prequel game set 2 years into Batman's crime-fighting career where notorious crime boss Black Mask has set a massive bounty on the head of the Bat. Assassins from all over are in Gotham on Christmas Eve to claim the prize. Deathstroke, Deadshot, Lady Shiva, Bane, and Firefly are just a few of the rogues players will go up against. The open world of old Gotham from Arkham City returns, but now without all the prison elements, and is expanded with a new section called, appropriately, New Gotham. And here's where the hot takes begin. Arkham Origins is awesome. I'm just gonna lead with the cons since I have so few of them. The game got a bad rap when it released thanks to a buggy launch and the fact that it wasn't made by the series creators. The city itself lacks polish and that incredible level of detail seen in Arkham City, as you can see with this comparison on screen now. And now, onto the positives. The game has easily, and by far, the best boss fights of the entire Arkham series. Deathstroke fight, iconic. Bane battle, fantastic. Every boss fight is well executed. The combat system here is carried over from Arkham City, but now fully perfected thanks to the best enemy gameplay design in the series. Ninjas who can counterattack, Bane and Freeze henchmen with the abilities that call back to their bosses, and so much more. The story is excellent all around with a focus on Batman learning and growing as a detective. Even the game's DLC, which sees the introduction of Mr. Freeze and Bruce's earlier training, are fantastically done. This is also the only game in the entire Arkham franchise where you can go back to and fully explore the Batcave. Here players can chat with Alfred for some bonus XP, change into their favorite Batsuit, and even access the game's many challenge modes. I could make an entire video just dedicated to how awesome this game is, and frankly, I might do that. So, for all that praise, this game gets an S tier rating. That's right, okay. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments, you're wrong. Finally, we arrive at Rocksteady's final entry, the much-hyped Batman Arkham Knight. Released in 2015, after 4 years of development, this game saw one of the best representations of Gotham City. Its big feature this time around was introducing the Batmobile. On the pros, I think the city is gorgeous. I think it has the best selection of Batsuits available to the player, and has some fantastic DLC which greatly elevates the game. I think the Batmobile drives extremely well, and on a technical level, it's a damn impressive showing from the studio. On the cons? Well, the gameplay this time around takes a huge hit. Combat sees Batman flying all over encounters like he's one with the Speed Force, gadget selection is wonky, and controls are changed for the worse on nearly every regard. The story is weak and all over the place, retreading the whole poisoned by the Joker's blood plotline from the last game, and making the Arkham Knight's identity an uninspired and predictable choice. Combat challenges in the base game are lacking, and overall the DLC content is what saves this mode. The same can be said for side missions and boss battles in the campaign, both of which get boosted from their lackluster showing in the base game thanks to the DLC that was added on later. But still, gorgeous game, but as always, graphics don't make a game great. Gameplay does. Gameplay is king. Arkham Knight is a solid Batman game, but it doesn't quite reach the level set by the games before it. So for that, it gets a solid C ranking. And there you have it, my personal ranking of all the Arkham games. I'm sure at least one person watching this video is going to feel strongly enough to let me know about it in the comments, so I want to see everyone's rankings. You know, what order do you put these games in? If you see me play games live so we can talk more about all things Batman, be sure to check out my Twitch channel. Link is in the description below. And that's pretty much it, so be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.